Every society must answer a fundamental question. How should wealth, resources, and power be organized? Who should own the land? Who should control production? How much should be shared? And what responsibility do we have toward one another? Over the past 2 centuries, 3 major economic visions have competed for influence: capitalism, communism, democratic socialism. Yet nearly 2,000 years earlier, Jesus the Nazarene offered a different perspective, one focused less on ownership and more on human relationships. This presentation explores 4 visions of society, not to declare a winner, but to ask a deeper question. What kind of world are we trying to create? Capitalism begins with a simple idea. Individuals should be free to own property, start businesses, invest resources, and exchange goods and services through voluntary markets. The promise of capitalism is that freedom, competition, and innovation will create prosperity. Throughout history, capitalist economies have generated remarkable advances in agriculture, industry, medicine, transportation, communication, and technology. Yet capitalism also raises difficult questions. If success depends upon competition, what happens to those who cannot compete? If wealth can accumulate without limit, how much inequality is too much? Can markets create prosperity without also creating winners and losers? Supporters point to innovation and opportunity. Critics point to inequality and concentration of wealth. The debate continues because capitalism has produced both extraordinary abundance and persistent disparities. The central question of capitalism is, who creates wealth, and how should the rewards be distributed? Communism emerged as a response to inequality. Its founders argued that wealth created by workers should not be concentrated in the hands of a small ownership class. Instead, factories, land, and major industries would belong collectively to the people. The promise of communism is economic equality. In theory, no one would accumulate vast fortunes while others struggled to survive. Resources would be distributed according to need rather than purchasing power. Communism asks a powerful question. If society creates wealth together, why should only a few benefit from it? Throughout the 20th century, communist governments transformed nations, expanded literacy, industrialized economies, and attempted to guarantee employment, housing, healthcare, and education. Yet communism also encountered profound challenges. Economic decisions often became centralized. Political power frequently became concentrated. Individual freedoms were sometimes restricted in the pursuit of collective goals. Supporters emphasize equality and social security. Critics point to bureaucracy, inefficiency, and authoritarian rule and corruption. Democratic Socialism emerged as an attempt to combine 2 goals that often seem to pull in opposite directions: individual freedom and social responsibility. Unlike communism, Democratic Socialism does not seek to abolish private property or competitive markets. Businesses remain privately owned. Citizens are free to start companies, pursue careers, and accumulate wealth. At the same time, society accepts a shared responsibility to ensure that basic human needs are met. Healthcare, education, retirement security, public transportation, support for families. These are viewed not merely as private concerns, but as public goods that strengthen the entire community. Democratic socialism asks a different question. If prosperity is created by society as a whole, how much should society invest in the well-being of all its members? Supporters point to nations that have achieved high standards of living, strong social protections, and low levels of poverty. Critics argue that expanding government can create bureaucracy, increase costs, and reduce economic efficiency. The debate continues because democratic socialism seeks a balance that is never fully settled. The central question is, how can freedom and security exist together? Jesus, the Nazarene, did not present an economic system. He founded no political party. He wrote no tax code. He established no government. Instead, he focused on something deeper: human relationships. When confronted with wealth, Jesus did not ask who should own it. He asked how it should be used. When confronted with poverty, he did not begin with economic theory. He began with compassion: feed the hungry, care for the sick, welcome the stranger, forgive debts, love your neighbor, love your enemy. The kingdom he described was not built through markets, governments, revolutions, or institutions alone. It began within human beings. A transformed heart creates transformed relationships. Transformed relationships create transformed communities, and transformed communities create a different kind of society. In the clouds behind us are three systems that attempt to organize wealth and power. Communism asks, who should own society's resources? Capitalism asks, who creates wealth and receives its rewards? Democratic Socialism asks, how can freedom and security exist together? Jesus asks a different question: how should we treat one another? His answer was simple: treat others as you would wish to be treated. Care for the least among you. Share what you have. And build a community where compassion is stronger than fear, greed, or power. Whether one agrees with his teachings or not, the challenge remains. A society may be wealthy, a society may be equal, a society may be secure, but if people fail to care for one another, has the deepest problem really been solved? The question Jesus leaves us is not, what system should govern society? The question is, what kind of people will we become?